Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and the worst of all.
What is going on, guys? I am back with another review of a day at an amusement park, and this time I will be talking about this visit we just had to Hersheypark. So this was on this Tuesday, June 28th, and yeah, so let's just get started, my dudes. So when we first got into the park, we headed to Comet, which was a good backseat ride on it, and after Comet we rode Skyrush, and that was a decent ride on it. And after Skyrush, get this, Super Duper Looper, like they tried to make us put our bags in lockers, but we were like, nah, we just got our stuff from the Skyrush locker, so we just headed over to Wave Swinger because they had just reopened that, which was surprising for Sweet Start. Like, yeah, it was specifically surprising that they'd open it for Sweet Start, which is crazy. So we got a ride in on that, and this was our first summer ride on it, and this was my first time earthing on it in the summer, and that was a really freaking good ride on it. And after that, we had to wait a little at the gates because, like, apparently Fahrenheit, Jolly Rancher Remix, and Migs weren't open for Sweet Start today, which was unfortunate. So as soon as those gates opened, we headed to the boardwalk where we first did Whitecap Racer.
Oh, don't forget we ran into JD on the way there.
Oh yeah, we ran into JD on the way to. Yeah, we ran into JD on the way to the boardwalk. So JD, if you're watching this from Hershey Addict, a shout out goes to you.
Go!
Yeah! And so anyway, like I was saying, we headed to Whitecap Racer first when we went into the boardwalk, which was a really good ride on it. And after Whitecap Racer, we headed to the Vortex, which was a decent ride on it. And after the Vortex, we headed to Breaker's Edge, which was a really good ride on that. And after Breaker's Edge, we headed to East Coast Burger Works for lunch, where I got the mac and cheeseburger again, and it's really good, guys. You should try it. And after East Coast Burger Works, we got in a ride. We got in a ride on Riptide and Pipeline, both of which were very good.
Riptide was crazy.
Oh yeah, Riptide was crazy.
Absolutely balling.
Yeah, and it made me fall off my freaking tube. And yeah, so after Riptide, we did Pipeline, as I said, and that was a pretty good slide today too. And after Pipeline, we headed to Tidal Force, which was a good ride on it. And after Tidal Force, we got changed and then headed to the RMC candidate Wildcat, and which was an alright ride on it. And yeah, so after the Wildcat ride, we headed to both sides of Lightning Racer. We won on Thunder. It was a common occurrence for Thunder to win today, but we did the Lightning side first, which was good. And after those two rides on Lightning Racer, we headed to the Claw, which was like a really good time getting back on the Claw, because like we hadn't been on the Claw since April due to like things like Mixed's preview and like getting back to the boardwalk for the first time, and then in June the Claw had maintenance issues, so that stunk. But most of this month the Claw was down for maintenance issues, but today we finally got back on it for the first time since April, so that was really good. And after the Claw, we headed to Storm Runner, which was a good ride on it. And after Storm Runner, we headed to Great Bear for a ride on that, which was a really good second row ride on it. And after Great Bear, we headed to the Kissing Tower, which was a really good ride on it. We were able to get some really good views. And yeah, so after Kissing Tower, we got drinks. Well, I got a blue raspberry freeze, and then we headed over to Candymonium, which was my first time riding it, which was both of our first times riding it since before I left for Orlando, which is crazy to think about. And yeah, so anyways, Candemonium honestly already makes me miss Mako. And yeah, so anyways, after that good ride on Candemonium, we headed to Skyrush for a re-ride on that, which was really good. And yeah, so after Skyrush, we headed to the Triple Towers for a ride on that, which was good. And after the Triple Towers, we headed to Spring Creek Smokehouse, where there were a bunch of geese walking around, like, looking for scraps of food.
While we were eating.
While we were eating, too, yeah. Well, you heard what Evie said. Yeah, so, right while we were eating. And, yeah, which was crazy. And, yeah, so, after Spring Creek Smokehouse, we went to Mixed for a ride on that. And this was our first time having done both the Claw and Mixed in one day, which is crazy to think about. And yeah, so after that ride on Mixed, I was in a rush because we had intentions of getting like at least 2 rides in on Wildcat, so we could give it our attention. And
there are 8 rides of Wildcat for the season, but we wanted to get to 10.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We got those 2 more rides.
Yeah, so after Mixed, out of being in a rush, as soon as Evie said, you could just put them on right here, I threw my socks and shoes in the mulch because, like, because I was just in such a rush to get to Wildcat that I just threw them in the mulch, and so that ended up in me having mulch in my shoes that I had to get out on Wildcat. And while I was getting mulch out of my shoes on our first ride on Wildcat, a girl tried earthing on it, and she and then the ride up was like, you must keep your shoes on, and I was like, I know to keep my shoes on. I thought he was talking to me at first, because I did have my shoe off because I was trying to get some mulch out of it at the time, because, you know, I threw my shoes in the mulch at Mixed at first because I was such in a rush to get there. But it turned out he was talking to that girl because she tried earthing on it. She was literally barefoot on it. And yeah, so after that first ride on Wildcat, we headed for a second ride on Wildcat, which was okay. And after that second ride on Wildcat, we headed to Milton's to get where I got this Jolly Rancher Sundae. And I finished all of it before doing this review of the day. So now I'm kind of starting to wish I could show you guys it right now if I hadn't eaten it yet. But whatever. So anyway, that concludes this review of this day at Hersheypark. So what did I think of this day in general? Much better than last visit.
Way better by a million times.
Yeah. And yeah, so now for real, that concludes this review of this day we just had at Hersheypark. So make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, and make sure to go check out my merch store on Bonfire. I'll have a link in the description. I have t-shirts, face masks, all the things. So make sure to go check it out. I'll have a link in the description. And make sure to stay tuned for more. Coming soon to Coaster Plus Music 19. And make sure to subscribe if you are new. And turn on post notifications. So you will not miss when I upload miss a thing when I upload a new video. And I will see you in the
next.